Okay. Well, I guess the words are gonna stay sideways. So if you see me doing that, that's because I'm trying to read your comments. But hey Holly, how you doing this morning? Um, I'm making this video because I really don't get to share my life as I really experience it often. Because I be so busy hiding my life, and because it's not really glamorous, and it's not really exciting, and if I really just told it like it really TI is, it would be quite depressing because I live with a chronic condition. I know plenty of you who have followed me from day one. You know that I've mentioned it. I mention it over and over and over again. I do it because I got tired of being invisible because um, if you see me, you can't see my illness. And it's because of that actually makes my life harder. It's, I kind of wish I, could change colors or something so that people would understand, well, today is not really a good day. And today is not really a good day. But I woke up to you making my dick hard. I want to sniff your ass. And I was like in pain because the most painful moment of my day is when I first wake up. I feel like I got hit by a Mack truck. And the first thing I don't want to discuss in a day is how I make your dick hard. It's like I just don't even know what I'm supposed to be saying to a response like that. And I feel jealous of the people on YouTube. Those ladies get on there and talk about anything. Makeup, hair. I don't have that luxury. I don't get to wake up and find comments about how you do your eyebrows or how you cook this meal or I get to wake up to you making my dick hard. And the crazy part is I really don't even feel like I am the biggest contributor to that because my pictures, I have always taken pictures to represent being proud of being a BBW because that's a luxury us big girls we don't have. Rihanna and Cardi B can prance their naked ass around, and I don't think that they have to worry about everyday ordinary motherfuckers getting in their inbox starting out the day with you making my dick hard. I think even Cardi B and Rihanna, they have, PR people that screen that shit out. I'm quite sure. And even if I don't, I just don't think, the everyday average motherfucker would be that disrespectful. But I believe because I'm not a celebrity, people feel more free because I'm a nice person, so you think you can get away with it. And then I just, and I'm not a prude because I do open the door to talk about anything, and I can and will talk about anything because I'm a whole grown ass woman. And it ain't no subjects that, I feel prudish and it's off limits. But it's just that I feel like social media, like no other, I don't know why this thing won't let me see the comments normal. Okay, I guess it's gonna have to be portrait for Facebook. Um, Yeah, I could delete and block Holly. I could, but then I wouldn't have any followers because every last one of my followers has been guilty of that at some point in time in some kind of way. And some been following me for years. And some will say, well, no, I don't want to start the day out like that, but that's what's on your mind. And that's what you started out the day with. Irregardless, my house could have just burnt down. I could have just got my ass beat. I could have just lost my job. I could have just had surgery. I mean, irregardless of anything that could possibly be going on in my life. And I'm speaking on it because I just want this to be a teaching moment. You know, I see other people, we ain't going to preach, we going to teach. I want this to be a teachable moment. God damn. You get up in the morning, say good morning, motherfucker. How about that? How about that? How about just starting out the day with good morning? How is your day? Are you feeling all right? Not started out with how I'm making you feel. Because that's you making you feel that way. Because I never posted a picture just solely and only for the purpose of making you hard. Now, if you get hard, fine. I mean, I'm sure when Rihanna gets in her sexy best or Cardi B gets in her sexy best, I'm sure she's not worried about making your dick hard. I'm sure that she really only care about if Offset is getting hard, okay? She not sitting up worried about every nigga that come across her picture and think the same way. And then them expecting to have an individual conversation with them about it. And that's the part that it just blows me away. Why would you expect me to have an individual conversation with you about it? The only time I want to have that kind of conversation with you is if we in real life, okay? You see me in real life, I'm making your dick hard, let's talk about it. But on social media, you think I'm going to spend my whole entire day, once I get through with one, it's another nigga saying the same exact thing right behind you, and you multiply that by, I have 4,000 people following me on Facebook, 3,000 on Fat for Life TV. So, 7,000 over a period of time. And I'm particularly expressing myself today is because what I did yesterday, now this is what I'm trying to do, what journey that I'm on. My life, I have spent enough years sitting in my own prison, my self-imposed prison that I brought on myself because I felt like a prisoner of pain. And I would get invited to all kinds of things because I'm a likable person. You know, when you invite me to a shindig, I am not your regret. Most people be like, oh yeah, bring Naomi along. Is she coming? You know, because I'm a good person. I'm a likable person. I can hold a conversation. You'll want me in the number. You want me to come back and visit. You know, come back to the party. I ain't gonna say I'm the life of the party, but I definitely bring something to the party that make you glad you came. So in that sense, you know, I got invited to a lot of stuff routinely. But routinely, I had to turn it down. Routinely, I had to turn it down. And eventually, it got to the point where I was living like that for years. Good morning, Darius. How you doing? I was living like that for years and ultimately became a recluse, and that wasn't my personality. And I've had this conversation on videos prior to this, but it touched me particularly today because yesterday, nobody asked me what I was doing yesterday, but yesterday I was being an activist because I was invited to the party. That's something important to me. The reason why it's important to me is that the subject was on no money bonds, because us African Americans are notoriously locked up because we don't have enough money to bond ourselves out. And that's an important topic that I didn't know anything about, and learn something by attending this rally. Okay, and it was difficult. That's the part I didn't tell anybody. It was difficult to sit there in that crowd for the 4 hours that I did stay. It was interesting. I loved being there. I loved being in a number. I loved being counted. But it was hard on me because I have a whole ass real condition you can't see. You cannot see it. You can't see it right now. And what happened is I participated in that event. That drained me. I went home, I went to bed like anybody else, a normal person, and woke up and I feel like shit. I feel like absolute shit today. To whereas the only thing I want to do is go back to bed. Okay. But if I hadn't made my presence on social media, this is the part of my life I would never share it with anybody. I would just take my ass back to bed. Nobody would know that I just feel like hell. I feel like crap. Okay? And the last thing I want to talk about is how my picture made your dick hard. Because right now, every fucking muscle in my body is aching. Every part of me wants to go back to bed and lay back down. But I'm forcing myself. It's a force. I'm forcing myself to do normal things that other people take for granted. And if I was to tell you what I did today, well, all I did was go to the grocery store and pick up a couple of items. I picked up a couple of plums and dishwashing liquid. You're not going to know that that's going to wipe me out. So tonight, I'm not going to be able to hold that conversation with you. Ooh, you so sexy. Because it's like, what do you want me to say when you say that? Jeffrey Capsule, but you can't bond out with a debit card, and when it's just you, no one else, you're stuck in a joint. Yeah, and that's what that whole rally was about. And I have lots of video footage and clips from the rally, all kinds of powerful stories about how people done spent years in the joint, haven't even went to trial. You just been accused of something. Can you imagine your life being snatched away? You just being accused. One lady, she was just accused and just acquitted of all charges. But it took 2 years and 7 months out of her life because she couldn't afford the bond. So that's what I went to a rally for. And so today, that's the way I want to spend my time. I want to take the clips that I took yesterday. I want to take the clips and piece them together and show you how I spent my day yesterday. But today I'm waking up in the morning wasting energy on. I like your pictures. Your dick, it made my dick hard. I am a real person. That really is the point that I'm trying to make of this video. I want to be able to relate on this social media as a real person and not some type of thing over here, that's stuck in this box of what you perceive me to be. I thank you, Curtis. I will feel better. I know I just need to get some rest. And it might take all day. So I'm just squeezing this video in because I really wanted it to be about something else. I wanted to get up this morning and just have some tea with my banana muffins I made. They are so good, but I didn't have the tea. So I had to, come to the store and pick up a few things that I was missing. And just this activity of me, going to the store and picking up a few things, that's going to wipe out what little energy I had today to do anything like a normal person for the rest of the day. Jeffrey, you said I'm making people all hot and bothered. Uh, all I can say to that is that it wasn't always deliberate. I mean, of course, once I gained popularity, it was like, oh, okay, that's how they responded. Okay, here's some more. Here you go. It was fun at first, but it stopped being fun when I stopped being a person. I'm a person, guys. I'm not a celebrity. I'm a person. I'm a real person who have ups and downs and life struggles. And one of my biggest struggles is living and dealing with fibromyalgia every day. Even though I made lifestyle changes, which, yay, y'all. Today is day 13. I have put the cigarettes down. I've been cigarette free. You said 2 donuts in the frozen food section or figure eights. Well, today ain't one of those days I feel like doing either. You see, I'm in a mobility cart because I can't do the stores, walking back and forth in these aisles looking for stuff I'm trying to find that would be too hard on me, and I would have a hard time getting back home, walking back home, if I walked all these aisles. But it still affects me because the hand that's using the motor this chair, this is going to be hurting when I get home. Even though it's saving the rest of my body from the wear and tear, my hand going to be throbbing because I'm using that to power this chair. But anyway, the rally that I went to was about these people. They are fighting for our right to not to have a money bond. I think that's a wonderful cause. I enjoyed myself. Shout out to you, Ronald Jackson, for joining me in that rally. I enjoyed myself immensely, and I plan to continue to fight in those endeavors because, my long-range goal is to usher those people who have the criminal record, who are former foster kids, who elderly or, up in age like me, disenfranchised, and I want to bring them into the solar industry. The solar industry is wide open, and there's so much opportunity in there, and I feel like us as a people, we just snoozing on it, and then you can't not use that excuse like, oh, the white man keeping me down. No, he not. Every time I go to the solar stuff, there's nobody there. There's no other black man, or there's no other black person. It just be me, the only raisin in the bunch, okay? And so I want to get more of us in that field. And I feel like the people who got careers now and little education now, they think they too good. And if you mention, you could have an opportunity in the solar, they turn their nose up. So I said, who would be the most appreciative and grateful for a new career opportunity? And in my opinion, nobody beats the foster kids, the ex-felons, and the homeless and disenfranchised, or the older people like me. The older people, they already got life under their belt, and they not going to, turn their nose up, and they really going to look at the opportunity as an opportunity. Hi, loving my hair. I didn't even see you there. Hey, Mastermind, what's good with you this morning? Hey, St. Louis boy, St. Louis boy, good morning to you. I'm just doing my rant this morning. Well, for one, I didn't just want to be sitting in the house talking to myself, hollering at the screen, and I wanted to pick up a couple of things from the grocery store that I was missing, that I couldn't finish my breakfast like I wanted to, and then discuss what I go through. I woke up this morning hurting like hell. I mean, because I participated in this rally for fighting for the freedom of us to be able to be, and this affects all of us as a citizen. The last thing, if you get arrested for whatever reason, even if it's a traffic ticket or something, the last thing you want to be is stuck in jail because you cannot afford the bail. Okay? Most people don't think about having bond money laying around, because if they're not indulging in criminal activity, that's not one of the things you budget for. But it's a doggone shame that you do have to worry about that. It has affected some people's lives devastatingly, where they done lost the breadwinner in the house because they locked up, can't afford the bail. So you lose a job. Now you can't provide for your family. Now your family can't see you, or when they see you, they got to see you behind bars. And the conditions is deplorable. Well, I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed being in a crowd like that that's fighting for those kinds of things, that they were activists. What activism really looks like. It's not on his social media just talking about it. It's also in your real life being about it. And so that's what I was doing yesterday. And it took me pushing outside of my comfort zone, because I didn't feel like going physically. But because I set up a bus for me and the bus came on time, that made me get on out. So I loved being in that crowd. Yeah, freedom is important. And you don't think about how important it is until you lose it. And we don't pay attention to these kinds of causes until it's too late. I know here locally, 5 judges got their position because nobody ran against them. That's not a black thing or white thing. That's an apathy thing. That we so busy, we want to be entertained. We want to game our life away, and we don't take the time to get involved in activities that move and shape and make things happen. So that's what I did. I joined the rally for no money bonds. No money bonds. We should all be able to be released on our own recognizance. But the way it's set up now, it's notoriously was set up against us for us to be locked up at an alarming rate, when we only make up 13% of this country population-wise. We make up 65% of the jails being locked up because we can't afford to bond ourselves out. So these people are pushing for the right for us to have no money bonds, and that should be available to everybody. And it is all about money, but it shouldn't be all about money. And these organizations have gotten together and helped bond people out, raise money to bond people out. But they right now, the legislation is going on in Illinois, so if you're a resident in Illinois, you need to be paying attention to that. I live right here where the legislatures are, which is what's making me more interested in it, because I ain't got no experience. My legislator is walking distance from my house. I can walk a few blocks, and I'm going to be where the state capitol is and where the legislators make those laws happen. And guess what? They're not going to consider your causes or the things that, concern you the most if you're not there, bringing it present in their face and letting them know what's important to you. A lot of us neglect that. A lot of us don't pay attention to that. A lot of us say, oh, that's politics, I don't want to get involved. But that's exactly how come you end up with cases. You come before a judge. A judge is so out of touch with the real life. That's how come you have juries that don't really reflect your peers, because we so busy getting out of jury duty instead of us participating in jury duty. We trying to get out of it, because you gonna miss you're not gonna get your full pay. You just gonna get the jury pay, instead of you looking at it as your civic duty so that you can help your fellow man get a fair trial. We don't look at it like that. So activism is more than just, bumping your gums and talking about it. And because this is the segment of the population that I'm going to be striving for, because people want to look at me and just automatically think I'm a broke bitch. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got no money. But what I did get, I inherited. I inherited land. Okay? My family has land that we plan to develop for solar. When I get ready to choose people to hire for the job of developing the solar farm, I'm looking for the people that are the most grateful. Because we got too many materialistic people that's looking at TV and they turn their nose up and say, well, it ain't, you ain't a rapper. You can't help me be a rapper. You can't help me be a ball player. They not even looking at those careers. Well, I want to reach out to the people who already been slapped upside the head with life. Slapped around, kicked around, pushed around, knocked around, okay? And you ain't got to ask them twice, do they want another career? Would they like to start their life again? Would you like to get into a career that don't require 6, 7, 50, 11 degrees? And then we got these characters on the internet with 50, 11 degrees and ain't teaching you shit. Ain't teaching you shit. I come on here and I try to teach. That's what I consider my videos edutainment. Edutainment. I attempt to teach, but that's boring. It ain't exciting. I ain't talking about your dick. So you ain't got time. That's not sensational. Talking about how we all need to have power and be able to get power from the sun for free. That's boring. That's not exciting. That don't get your dick hard. So we ain't gonna talk about it. But we all need to be talking about it, and we all need to be being about it. And that's facts. And so that's where I'm at. That's me. I'm talking about it whether you want to hear it or not. I'm talking about it whether it's boring or not. I'm talking about it whether you stick around and hear me out. I'm going to keep talking about it because it's one of the most important issues of our day today. It's solar energy, clean energy. We shouldn't be letting no Trump up there trying to put them men back in the coal mines in that dirty field. The 1 hour of the sun is enough energy to power this whole entire earth for a year. You just think about that. So why the hell are we paying the electric company for antiquated electricity that every time it's a storm, it's going out? The sun ain't running out. No time soon. Been around billions of years, gonna be around billions more. We should be harnessing that energy to power our homes because the energy usage is not going down. How many people got a smartphone and can't put it down? Can't put that smartphone down. So our energy consumption is going to be more, not less. It's more TVs being made. It's more electronics being invented. So we need a clean source of energy that don't depend on these antiquated electrical sources. My house is 119 years old, and you can tell. You can tell by the electricity. If I open up the wall in my house, it's only 2 wires. That's so antiquated. My house is a walking time bomb when it comes to fire for all the electrical appliances that we plug up in it, and that the infrastructure can't take it. And yet, that infrastructure is causing me such blues because my bill is so high. It's more than my rent. No old person should be going through that. All old people should have solar panels on their house first, if you ask me. Because we the most susceptible to overheating. We the most susceptible. And solar panels shouldn't be that expensive. Because you know why? The silicon that's used, The silicon that's used for the solar panels is everywhere. It's everywhere. When I was in class and they asked me what you think is the most abundant natural resource next to oxygen, and I thought about it with oxygen, that's everywhere. So what would be the most abundant natural resource that is, I couldn't guess. My best guess was water. That was my guess. Child. My daughter, I asked her because she's scientist, a scientifical girl. She said nitrogen. I said water. The most abundant resource, the second most abundant resource we have is silicon. You heard of Silicon Valley? That's that ingredient we have in all the computers. That's the same ingredient that we use to harness the sun in those solar panels. And that's everywhere. That's everywhere. In every grain of soil or sand. And why we not harnessing that to get energy, free energy from the sun, I cannot begin to explain to you why. Most of it is ignorance. Most of it is out of ignorance, because when people find out the truth, you be outraged. If you could get, if an hour of the sun could power the whole world for a year, why are we burning coal, polluting the earth? Why are we doing that? Burning coal to have electricity. Please explain that one. And see, these are the kind of conversations I be wanting to get into, but I can't. I can't get into it with the average person, and then I go out my way to reach out and meet other people who are already into it, and that's hard on somebody who's disabled. Because it ain't like they got, solar rallies going on every day. The most recent one, they had, it was in June, and it was in Wisconsin. I couldn't just hop up and go there. And I shouldn't have to go all the way to Wisconsin to have a solar conversation, but that's the way it is. And it was like that for me when it came to computers. When I got into computers 30 years ago, I could not scrape up on a conversation with the average person about computers. I'm trying not to. I'm talking and not paying attention. I almost ran over somebody. I did almost do that. Anyway, this is just my rant. I just hope that I'm able to have the solar conversation with more of you all, and really to let you know that, that's the type of chick I am. I don't want you to try too hard and just think that that's the only thing I will talk about, but I'm just saying, in the morning, goddamn, can you just say good morning, how you doing, before you start off with the sex shit? It's rude. It's not just disrespectful, it's just fucking selfish and rude. It really is. I'm a real person, and I just want to get that off my chest, I didn't know how any other way to say it or put it. It's just, I just wanted to keep it real. That's me. I'm trying to keep it real. I can't be no other person than me. And me woke up this morning in a lot of pain because I spent yesterday doing something I enjoy and love, and that's being an activist. I was participating in something I believe is important, and I could put my heart and mind and soul into it because I believe everybody should have a right to prosecute their case. If you get caught up and you have to fight a case because you've been accused of something, whether you did it or not, whether you're guilty or not, you still have to fight that case once you've been charged. The last thing you want to do is be locked up because you cannot afford your bond. Hey, Angel, how you doing? Hi, Eric. Hi, Kareem. How you doing? So, yeah, I've been ranting on already. I don't know how long. Oh, 35 minutes. You said what I was doing, speed walking? No, I wasn't speed walking. What I was doing was in a rally. I was in a rally. Um, Boy, all these aisles have been full. I can't turn down the aisle with the power chair. Um, I was in the rally participating, and we was shouting and yelling for the rights of us people, all of us United States citizens having the right. Hey Jacob, hey Lil J, hey Allie. Oh boy, I didn't see all of y'all. Chance, how you doing, Chance? Hey you. Um, we're fighting for champion the right for us. Thank you, Angel. I appreciate that. One thing about this hair, boy, it sure do get tangled quick. So um, I had to keep that in mind when I try this again. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment on my hair. Uh, Oh, excuse me, y'all. We was championing the rights for us to have a no money bond. I do believe that should happen. It should be a no money bond, and your freedom should not be um, based on your ability to pay a bond. And it's other countries that run their jail system and their penal system without having that. So it's bullshit that it's not possible to do. And most people who do run into a problem legally don't necessarily flee. Because if you ain't got money for a bond, you ain't got money for a plane to get away from your particular crime. Most people need that job that they have, okay? And they need to get to that job in order to be able to fight their case, to be able to afford an attorney. Hey, good morning, Elisa. How you doing? And so that's what I was doing yesterday. So that means whenever I fully participate in activities one day, the next day I pay for it. So this is 2 days, and I feel like shit. I don't look like it. I'm actually in a happy, good mood, but my body is saying, bitch, don't you remember you participated in that rally yesterday? So my body reminds me that I'm not well, and whether I wanted to or not. And so that was just basically the basis of my rant on this morning. How you doing this morning, Elisa? I do want to remind you all that I am still giving away that tablet. I'm trying to get 200 people up on Nate Love. It's growing slowly but surely. This month I gained 12 subscribers. But I'm talking to both of my larger channels, which got 3,000 on Fat for Life TV. I'm using MobiZen. I just thought about that. I'm using MobiZen on YouTube. So you YouTubers that's under 1K, you can use MobiZen and still do your lives. So YouTube is snoozing. They snoozing and losing. And making that restriction of gotta have 1,000. But I'm still aiming for that 1,000 people because I don't want no more problems with YouTube. Anyway, I'm trying to give away that tablet, and the person that bring me the most subscribers, I think I'm gonna officially end that contest at the end of this July. So by the time I take my test for the solar class, I want to announce a winner. And if you have been bringing people to my channel, the person who sent you, please say that so I know who was the one who brought me the most subscribers. Say that Elisa sent me, or say that Loving My Hair sent me. Just announce it in the comments. Because I am trying to grow Nate Love to the 1,000 so I won't have no more problems with YouTube. But they probably raised the bar anyway. So if you like me, you the smaller YouTubers, what they like to try to make you irrelevant but we very relevant because as judged by the people who showed up in my chat today, I appreciate you all. I'm glad anybody showed up. It's an honor when anybody does show up. And I'm happy with one. I would have been happy with one subscriber, but it's YouTube, they a business. So that's what they want. They want us to have 1,000 or more. And so I want to meet that goal. So I'm trying to give away this tablet, my tablet, giveaway tablet. Stalk my email so we can stay in contact. Fat for Life TV at outlook.com. That's PHAT, the number 4, LIFETV at outlook.com. Hit me up. You could talk to me. In fact, you could talk about your dick. Hit me up in the email at FatForLifeTV, Outlook.com. I'm trying to give away that tablet away. And that's not the only thing. I got a bunch of other goodies, some more tablets, some other things that I want to give away. And mostly it's to raise awareness of my channel, and also to establish a contact outside and beyond YouTube and Facebook, because at the end of the day, they really don't care about you individually. And so I would like to be able to keep in contact with all of you individually. Those of you who took the time to come to any of my videos or support anything that I do cherish that. Unlike YouTube and Facebook, they just in business to be business. I cherish having any followers, and I want to keep in contact with you. So stalk my email. That's the name of my giveaway. I want to give away the tablet. It's Samsung Galaxy 3. Now I'm going in circles because I'm forgetting what I came in here for. So yeah, I would need to get off of here so I can remember what I came in here for. I know one of them is Alfredo sauce. That's right. Because I'm going to make my veggie dish today. Anyway, stalk my email, y'all. I'm about to get up out this video. I just want to express myself. I'm not feeling my best today, even though I look fine. You wouldn't think that I'm necessarily sick, but I am. I have fibromyalgia. And the way it affects me is that when I do some type of activity, which is what I did yesterday, I'm going to make a veggie Alfredo, and I would like to show that to y'all, but I got to get some rest after this grocery shopping before I do that. I am going to be doing more videos, not live though. Live is a little bit more pressure. The regular videos, you can do edits and stuff, so you don't have to do it all at one time. And so sometimes when I collapse in the middle of doing something, I can come back to it, and through the magic of video editing, you never knew that a whole day passed between one step to the next step. So yeah, I'm gonna make a veggie Alfredo. That's my favorite dish. I make it with zucchini, onions, mushroom. Oh yeah, that's what I need. Mushrooms. I knew it was something else. Mushrooms, onions, zucchini, and that's what I was missing. I was missing the zucchini and the sauce. So, and then I use it, and I pour the veggies over pasta that's in the Alfredo sauce. The pasta that I use is brown rice and quinoa, which I get from Aldi's, and I love it. That's what I be living off of year round. I can eat zucchini morning, noon, and night, and that's my go-to dish. I did do a tutorial on Fat for Life, but not Naylove, so I'm gonna try to do one on Naylove today. So Let me get these mushrooms. I'm gonna get up out this. Hey, Grant, how you doing? I'm gonna get up out this video because I'm wearing myself out rolling around in this car because this takes energy too. All energy expenditures are costly to me, so I gotta make them count. All right, so I'll be back if I'm not too exhausted. I'll be back with the zucchini dish, and if I don't, I'll see y'all again in the next video. Peace and love.